What is going on, guys? SkiveWalker here, and before we get too far into things, I want to give a quick shout out to the Fett and the soon-to-be Mrs. Fett for celebrating another year together. Good job, guys. Congratulations. That is also part of the reason why we weren't able to get together, but that is definitely more important. I'm very glad that they got to spend the weekend together, and so congratulations to you guys. And also, there's not a whole lot to talk about. The NBA All-Star break's over, so I don't know. Did you guys like the NBA All-Star break? Did you not like it? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Joe Harris, who would have thunk that Joe Harris would have won the three-point contest over Stephen Curry? But just remember, it is a little bit different than just catching and shooting threes. This one takes I don't know if it takes more skill, but you do have. It's a little bit of a different shooting motion where you're just grabbing it from the rack and shooting it. But it is it's kind of crazy that Joe Harris won. I never would have pegged him to win, or even be in it, let alone win. So kind of cool for a former Cav to go in there and win the game or win the contest. So very cool. Hamidou Diallo wins a slam dunk contest, a young guy from OKC. The dunk contest this year wasn't really my favorite. I mean, to be completely honest, I didn't watch a whole lot of All-Star Weekend. There was a lot of things that happened this past weekend. For me, I wasn't mentally all the way there. Completely with just some difficult news that we received from work. So I didn't really have a whole lot of interest in a whole lot of anything this past weekend, to be completely honest with you. So I did get to see some highlights, and some of his dunks were pretty nuts, not going to lie. His first dunk was pretty good, but that second one where he jumped over top of Shaq, the big 7-foot monster, and then did his favorite Vinsanity imitation and put his whole arm into the rim. That was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. I think that was his personal best dunk of the night. Thought it was very cool. Very good job. And flashing the Superman on the chest, takes some guts there. Takes some guts. The last guy to do that didn't end up so well for him, Dwight Howard. But hopefully this guy has a long, successful career. And his third dunk when his head was at the rim and he was staring at it, oh my goodness. This boy's got hops. That was impressive. He put on a little bit of a show, but all in all, not my favorite dunk contest. I wish a lot of the bigger name stars would get into it. I personally think that Zach LaVine made his $20 million a year contract off of it, but it's not what it used to be back in the 90s, where in the 80s where the best guys used to come out and try to beat each other in it. You see a lot of the best guys go to a three-point contest, and that's really the home run ball nowadays. And chicks dig the three-point shot, and chicks dig the long ball. So personally, I like the slam dunk contest better. Or I like it more, I should say. But I don't know. I wish the big name guys would get in the dunk contest. I wish LeBron would have got in it when he was younger. I still wish he'd go into it now. It'd be cool to see Durant and Giannis in it. Just to see those guys going at it would be awesome. And it went into more of a competition to now it's more of a showboat type of thing, and try to get on a highlight reel, and it's more of a talent show, really. And I like the competition of it, and I miss that, and I don't know if it's going to be coming back in the near future or not. But now, looking ahead, the Cavaliers start back up on Thursday. Everybody's healthy. They play the Phoenix Suns in Cleveland. Should be an easy win. Should be. The Phoenix Suns are pretty rough, pretty bad this year. So for me, I hope the Cavs win, but I know for a lot of people that they hope that the Cavaliers lose and tank for Zion, even though technically we would have the best odds if we lose out. But the competitor to me, I don't like to lose, and it's not guaranteed to be the number one pick in the draft. I mean, look at the 76ers. They were the worst team for 4 years, and they finally got a number one pick in Markelle Fultz. And no fault of their own, he's just not really lived up to what he could have been. So me personally, I'd rather win and let the chips lie where they fall and build it from there. But I understand the tanking portion of it too. So for me, I hope the Cavs start winning again. Baseball, the best sport, in my opinion, comes back around. Thursday's the first game. Seattle Mariners and the Oakland Athletics, as told to me by Har Binks today, because I didn't think baseball started until Saturday. But he gave me the heads up. Hey, first game's Thursday, so I'm kind of excited to watch that game, and I don't even care about either of the two teams, but I'm just excited to have baseball back. The Yankees and Indians both start on Saturday, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Tribe, but there was a little bit of baseball news this past weekend and today. Bruce Bochy, we found out today that Bruce Bochy is going to retire after this year. One of the best managers in the game is going to be walking away on a great career. And the Yankees pitcher CC Sabathia, he's going to step away after 19 years, and it's kind of crazy. It is time. He's getting older, and he's not as good as he used to be. He's not the heavy fastball, heavy cutter guy that he used to be in the strikeout king. Now he's more of a actual pitcher, which is crazy because that was like the biggest challenge for CC was when he was younger. Could he ever transition to that pitcher, or was he just going to be a thrower? And CC made the transition and had a 19-year-long career. That's almost as long as I've been alive. I'm 24, going to be 25 this year. He started his career in 2001. I was 6 going on 7 when he started his career. And now that I'm 24, he's wrapping it up. And it's kind of crazy that I got to see this guy on the Indians, and I've really got to watch his whole career. So it's pretty cool. At least to me, it's the one guy that I can say I remember him from the beginning, and now he's completed. So it's kind of cool that this is the first guy I've really seen it happen to. So different, and it makes me feel like I'm getting old. So even though I'm only 24. But so that's some two good guys walking away from the game. I'm sure CeCe will be back with the Yankees organization in some way, shape, or form. His wife really is when new guys come to the Yankees, she talks to their wives, their girlfriends, and really makes them feel at home. So it's pretty cool what she does. And CeCe had a great career with the Indians. Got traded to Milwaukee, and then signed with the Yankees in 2009, and he got a championship in 2009. So unfortunately, I wish we could have given the big fella a little bit more, but it is what it is. He had a great career, and I'm sure probably not first or second ballot, but I'm sure third, fourth, fifth, CC Sabathia will be in the Hall of Fame. And I think he's well deserved. I think he's the guy that is one of the best pitchers at least in my lifetime that I've seen. So I hope he gets to make it in there. But the Cleveland Indians, we all really knew that they were going to shed salary this year. We didn't expect them to shed half the roster. So I'm not really sure what they were thinking here. There's one guy in Bleacher Report who projected the Indians to win 95 games. And I just don't know how, to be completely honest. Their bullpen, you have Brad Hand and Simbrel. So you have two guys at the back end that are really good. And then you have a lot of just throwing guys and guys that were good last year that are getting older on like 38-year-old range. So are they going to have the same success? I mean, I hope they do because the Indians are my second favorite team. And I'm from here, and I want to see the Indians do well. And I love going up to Progressive Field. And every time I go up there, other than when the Yankees are in town, I'm going to see them win. So I want them to have a good baseball team. And then their pitching rotation is very good. Their starting rotation is probably the best in the league. And in my opinion, they are the best in the league. When you can throw out there Corey Kluber, Trevor Bauer, Carlos Carrasco as your first three, and then you have just two guys at the back end, Shane Bieber at number 5 and Mike Clevenger at the 4. I mean, Clevenger could be a 3, maybe even a 2 in some other staffs, and he's the 4. That's just crazy. Crazy. So very good staff. Bullpen, other than Brad Hand and Simbrel, is kind of eh. And then their lineup is really eh. And you don't really know who's going to play outfield. Leonis Martins, I'm glad he's healthy. And I'm glad he was able to come back from that life or death situation that he was really in. I mean, he was literally facing death. And 6 months later, here he is in spring training and going to probably be playing the outfield. So I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's healthy and able to play again. But outside of him playing the outfield, and how much did his injury, I guess, really, or his health really limit him? Does it hold him back any? Is he going to be as good as he was when he first came to Cleveland? He's got a big question mark, and the whole outfield as a whole is a question mark. That unit's looking pretty rough. Their lineup, they get Carlos Santana back, but is he really an upgrade over Edwin? Defensively, yes. Offensively, I've never been a big Carlos Santana fan, so you're probably going to have him lead off, and then Lindor's out for probably the first 2 weeks of the year. But assuming he's healthy, your lineup's probably going to be looking like Carlos Santana, Frankie Lindor, Jose Ramirez, and then who? Or do you go Carlos Santana, Jason Kipnis, Frankie Lindor, Jose Ramirez? But do you really want Jason Kipnis, who hit like 211 last year at the 2-hole? 3 years ago, yeah, Kipnis was awesome. You want him up there, but he's not awesome anymore. He got hurt, and then he had to try to catch up that 1 year, and then last year when he played all year, wasn't stellar. So a lot of question marks with Kipnis, a lot of question marks with that lineup. I personally see the Indians winning 88 games at most, probably in the 85 to 87 range, I would think, and probably winning the AL Central by 5 or 6 games. The Twins are upcoming, and I don't think they win the division yet. I still think they're not even close to competing for it. I think they'll make the Indians sweat a little bit, probably, and the Indians will probably make some moves at the trade deadline. But as their team sits, it's hard not to call them World Series contenders, even with their lineup, only because their starting rotation is really that good. But how are they going to score runs? And that's the biggest thing that's going to hold them back in the playoffs and even in the regular season. I see a lot of their games going 3-2, 2-1, 4-2, not very high-scoring games, just really low, dominating with your rotation and hoping your lineup can score 3 or 4 runs to win the game. And it's going to be I think the Indian season this year is going to be really frustrating and really trying for Indians fans. And I hope it's not that way. I would love for them and the Yankees to win 110 games and compete every year for the World Series, to go to the World Series. I think that would be awesome. That would be my personal dream, to watch them go back and forth. But I don't live in a dream world. We live in reality, okay? And the Indians they're going to struggle this year. It's going to be hard. And they're going to have a lot of games they're going to need to grind out. And hopefully they get a bat. And hopefully all these young guys that they're really banking on, because they let a lot of people go. When you let Michael Brantley go to the Astros, that hurts. That was a big guy in left field to take a spot. You're banking on Bradley Zimmer coming back and being healthy halfway through the summer, and then not having any rust to be your center fielder. It's just I don't know. I don't understand their thought process here. And I understand they don't make a ton of money from ticket prices. Us here in Northeast Ohio, it's going to get 50 this weekend, and we look outside and it's still snowing. It's been snowing all day. So I understand their ticket sales hurt towards the beginning of the year, because why would you want to go sit in a 3-hour baseball game when it's freezing cold? I know I don't like to do it. Excuse me. So I know a lot of people aren't going to spend $50, $60 a ticket, plus food, plus parking, to go sit and freeze themselves for a baseball game that's going to be really low scoring. There's not going to be a lot of offense, which for me is fine. I love a pitcher's duel, but a lot of people, the casual fan, is not going to go and watch pitchers duel it out for the whole game. So I understand they're hurting there, but in the back end, they're making money. And to me, to win in any sport, you have to spend money, and then in just finances, to make money, you have to spend money. So I don't know. I wish the Indians the best of luck, but to me, I think the playoffs are going to look a whole lot like last year. I think the Indians are going to win the division and play the Astros. The Yankees are going to be in the wild card with probably the Athletics again. The Yankees will probably beat the Athletics and face the Red Sox again in the divisional series, and we'll have it just like last year, and we're going to run it back. That's kind of the way I see it shaking out. But in baseball, it's the most unpredictable sport, and anything can happen. So also, Machado and Harper haven't signed yet. It's looking more and more likely that Bryce Harper is going to be going with the Phillies. Rumor has it that they're getting ready to celebrate, and they're just ironing out the details. It looks like he's going to be going to Philadelphia. And Machado, there's not a whole lot of talk going on it, but the White Sox are now the favorite. And I don't know why I'd go to Chicago. You think you want to go win a World Series or attempt to win a World Series. And maybe he's in it more for the money. And if he is, hey, you have every right to be in it for the money. And maybe the Yankees didn't offer you nothing. Maybe you didn't get the offer that you wanted. And the White Sox are as close as you can get to what you wanted. So it's hard to argue a guy for going to make a living for his family. But who knows? So if Machado goes to the White Sox, people would have missed that one by a mile. And a lot of people figured Bryce Harper would go to the Phillies anyway. So that's kind of where it's looking like those two are going to land. But still nothing official. And we're 3.5 days away till the first spring training game. So, all right, guys, I told you it was going to be quick. And that's about it. There's really not a whole lot of news going on. There's nothing really going on in the NFL other than the Kaepernick case. And whatever side of the aisle you lean on it, you can make an argument for Kaepernick saying that the NFL caved. And then I'm personally on the side where I think Kaepernick was more of a fraud than what he allegedly said he was standing for and took the money instead of pushing it all the way through. Because on my side, I figured if you have evidence on the NFL collusion case, you just fight it all the way till the end instead of taking a settlement, because then you're really fighting to make them look bad and make you look really good. And now, to me, I personally think he looks like a fool because he said he was fighting for something and it wasn't for the money, and then he settled for a ton of money, which, hey, I've never seen $80 million in my life, if that's really what it was, or $60 million, whatever it was. I've never seen that, nor will I ever see that in my lifetime. So do I blame the guy? Not completely, but I also, if you're doing it for a specific reason, doing what you did for a specific reason, and you said it wasn't about the money and then you caved to the money, I take a little bit of problem with it. But then again, like I said, I've never seen $60 million or $80 million in my life, and I never will. So, I don't know. I personally think the guy's a snake, and I don't like the guy. I'm not a big fan of the guy. But, I don't know. Whatever side of the aisle you're on, I don't think there's a winner in this situation. The NFL can look bad because they look like they hid something in this case, and Kaepernick looks bad because he caved in for the money and didn't push the NFL to the limit. So, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter what side you're on. I'm personally just glad it's over, and I hope the guy doesn't get a job personally in the NFL. I hope he goes to one of these newer divisions. And here's why. Because I brought it up with Kareem Hunt the last time I talked to you guys. Everybody, I think, has a right to work, and they should work, and I believe everybody deserves second chances. The thing with Colin Kaepernick is he's not going to be a starter, for one, and two, the questions are always going to be about the settlement, which he's not allowed to talk about because there's a no talk on either side clause. And then number two, you're the backup quarterback and you're going to be asked about the kneeling thing and how the teammates feel about it, and your teammates are going to be badgered about it, and you want all that headache with the backup quarterback. So I personally don't think he will get signed, and I just hope he doesn't, because I don't want that to be on SportsCenter every single day. And that's really what it's going to be, is that interview is going to be played on SportsCenter after every game and all through training camp. And I don't want to hear about it. It's done and over with, and I'm done. It's been like 4 years, and I'm sick and tired of it. So I'm glad it's over. And stay warm, guys, because I think it's going to be a little bit cold the rest of the day. So other than that, I don't have a whole lot. So enjoy your night. SkiveWalker signing off. Peace.